Welcome, everyone, to the latest episode of The Testing Room, where three of the gaming industry's best video game consultants who have never actually consulted on a video game bring you new topics each and every week. As always, I'm Alex, aka the Gozfather.
I'm Preston, aka Funkadelic Jedi.
And I'm Travis, and I forgot how to podcast.
No, it's okay.
No,
I just
it's
didn't
fine.
know. I didn't know if you were going to take Christian's spot there or not. I'm like, I was giving you time just in case you would, because we made you two. So I'm like, I'm just going to give him a moment. He's not going to do it. Okay, we'll do it now.
My bad.
I realized that, Travis, you asked like when to count in, but you didn't ask what order I was going to go in, and Preston didn't say. So I was like, I'm just going to sit here and wait and see what happens.
You just have to go
I
first.
should
So it's not
assumed
really
it was
a big deal
second. That's my fault. I should have assumed it was the same order as I counted
okay.
in, so that's
Not
my
a big
bad.
deal. We're really done.
No, it's fine.
You're fired.
It's fine.
Bye.
So, yeah, you're never coming back. We'll just talk bad about you when you leave.
That's fair. That's fair.
As we do.
So, welcome as we do. Oh my gosh. So,
I'll see myself
welcome
out.
back, everyone. We have another episode for you. As you can tell, Christian is not here this week. So we'll be doing a side quest, just shooting the shit, talking about our weeks, doing some other stuff, and then we will get back to our video game book club and normal stuff later.
Yeah. Do you
But
want
yeah,
to tell people who weren't watching Metal Gear Solid 4? You want to tell them what the next book club is, since it's your game, sir?
Wait, we did it, though.
We did it.
We said...
But if they don't watch the video game book club for Metal Gear 4, they're not going to know.
Oh, so I should reward them for not.
I mean, you can't dock
to
them
the
for not caring about
other-
Metal Gear.
Gotcha. Yeah, so the next game we'll be playing on our video game book club is Enslaved: Odyssey to the West.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what we. Travis, have you played that game before?
I have not. I've not played any
I haven't either.
of the Odyssey games, no.
This is the one.
Is
one
it-
game.
Yeah. So there are the Odyssey games, right? Are the Odyssey games Oddworld games?
Abe's
that what you're
Odyssey
thinking?
Is what I'm thinking of, yeah.
It's not
Oh,
Odyssey games, but also like
Yeah.
it's an Abe's World franchise. When this is just Enslaved
Yes.
Odyssey to the West, and Odyssey to the West is like Monkey King stuff, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Like a westernized Monkey
Version.
King. Yeah.
Post-apocalyptic future kind of thing going on. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen trailers. I think Christian's talked about it a lot. So
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited about that. Speaking of Abe's World, I've never played those games either
Really?
because that little dude with his mouth sewn shut
Very
really
creepy.
freaked me out when I was a kid. So like I was
the
never
intro wouldn't have
about
helped
that
you.
game.
Yeah, I remember renting a PlayStation a couple times from Blockbuster, and I got
Yeah.
Abe's with it. It was very creepy. I didn't get very far because I was a very dumb kid. But there's a lot of puzzles
Yeah.
and like controlling minions and trying to get things, not people dying. Yeah, it's a lot, but I haven't played a whole lot of it.
I saw it back in the day. It was like as a kid, I was like, nope, that seems a bit much. So I've never given it a try, but I do know it. So yeah, so Christian is not here, but again, we'll be back to regular programming in maybe next week, maybe the week after. We'll see how things go. But as we will do, we're going to check in with Preston's comment corner,
Yes.
as we typically do, and see what's going on over there.
Of course, this is an inside joke for Christian, but we'll have him answer it as soon as he gets back. Only comment we had this past week was from Mr. Damien, gentleman who created the intro song. Comments in. This is spooky game reviews. Quote, for sure, SHORE, unquote, ... as invented by the one and only Christian. Winky tongue out, winky face. So I'm assuming that's an inside joke that we know nothing about here. And it just so happens that Christian is not in this week. So, Christian, feel free to comment down below. Or just let us know
the
when you're
joke
back.
landed
Yeah.
for no one.
I'll definitely bring it back up whenever Christian's back in here. But I thought it was funny. It's like the one week we don't have Christian and Damien comes in with an inside joke we know nothing about.
Amazing. I mean, we could have easily just texted him and asked him.
We could
what it
have,
was,
but I think it's funnier for you this way. He'll have his time. He'll be back. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that's the only comment I got this week.
Okay.
I know later on we can do a topic where we can discuss how we feel about the current state of consoles. But until we do that, if you guys want, we can get into our weeks, talking about what we've been playing. I know, Travis, we haven't talked to you for a while. I know me and Alex got like 2 weeks. buildup of games to talk about. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that mean you want me to go first?
yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
You can
Sure.
totally go first. Yes.
So I was obviously last time I was on here, I was part of a podcast. We have since dissolved that podcast. I'm getting ready to start my own podcast. Probably within the next week or two, I'm going to record my
You
first
guys had
episode.
that going. You guys had that podcast going for a while.
Yeah, it was closing in on 8 years, but life is lifing, and everybody's got different schedules, and
You
it's
guys were
hard
like
to get
hit and miss
everybody
on
to.
recording there for like a couple years, right? Because like just family
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that.
So
and, like just not
yeah,
getting
yeah.
everything
So
together.
yeah, so I made the call that I just decided I wanted to do my own thing, just because I don't have to worry about everybody else's schedule and can be more consistent with that. So my podcast is called Pixel, Pixsoul. So essentially, it's going to be a podcast about rediscovering things from a nostalgic era, right? From 80s all the way up to probably 2000s, whether it be video games, movies, TV shows, and talk about what was going on in my life during that time, how whatever that medium I was consuming kind of like may have shaped how, how I grew up. So I think the first episode is actually going to be Ocarina of Time. There's not really going to be like a timeline, so to speak. It's just going to be
Jump around.
kind of wherever I decide to go. But yeah, so we're going to do that. And then I think I'm going to lead into Neverending Story after that.
Okay. All right.
It's for depression. So,
We we have been rewatching Stranger Things.
Oh.
There's a bit of in the latest season. There's a bit of Neverending Story, or maybe season 3.
yeah.
One of
Where
them.
Dustin sings the Neverending Story
Oh,
song
yeah.
to his
It's so good.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I have not seen that movie in years. I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you, other than Falcor. Right?
I
That just sticks
remember
out in your
a
head.
lot of it. I watched that movie
Do you?
nonstop. I fucking love that movie.
Atreyu.
Yeah.
Oh, God. The horse in the mud. Oh, man.
Yeah, it was depressing.
Was there
Anyways,
Cool fantasy though.
were there 2 of them or just one of them?
Technically, I mean, there's 2 that I know of, but I think there might be a third. But the two for sure. But they weren't. They were different stories, but in the same universe. But I think the 2 main characters were different because in the first one you had, is it Frank? Who was the guy from Wonder Years? Savage.
Fred
Savage.
Fred
Yeah.
Savage, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the original as far as like he was telling him the story, right? But he wasn't like in the actual universe. And this one is somebody else. But so looking forward to diving into that, because obviously we'll talk about some fun facts about whatever media that I am exploring. So you all be looking out for invites on, because I'm sure I'm going to have you all come on
Sure.
and rotate
Totally.
occasionally as well. I'd love to hear like maybe some of your favorite pieces of media growing up, and then kind of what was going on during your life at that time. But yeah, because I think that'll be really interesting. So,
Sure.
but yeah, so getting ready to do that. I have been playing a fair amount of games. I know Alex knows this. Maybe Christian knows this too. But I finally made my way back to Steam OS, and boy, that's been a treat. I got the Legion Go S with Steam OS natively on it, and boy, I couldn't be happier. I've been going back and actually playing a backlog of games. And then I've also started a few, but I've been playing Ghosty Gote. That's been my main game that I've been playing.
Been wanting to get into that. Yeah, the whole controversy of them
too.
firing somebody for mentioning something about Charlie Kirk, a silly dumb joke on the Twitter or whatever that they had. They fired somebody for that, like an artist that was there for like 10 plus years. So like it's like Sucker Punch artist who they just let go because of some tweet and stuff like that. That kind of soured me on it a little bit. But the more I hear about that game, the more I really want to play it. Like I hear it's like one of the best looking PlayStation games that they've ever made. And you know me, I'm a big Shampoo fan, so they put in that like remix like music in there for it, and it's I'm stoked for it. I'm giving it some time. I'm seeing if I can find it used somewhere, and if not, then I'll cave in probably in December.
So way to overcome any controversy with Preston is put some lo-fi music into it.
Yeah, shit.
And just let it roll,
Yeah.
and he will let you get away with anything.
Yeah.
That's why I have this lo-fi background.
Exactly.
I wanted to be welcomed,
Any mistakes he
and
makes.
cats.
Yeah.
I should have put a teddy somewhere in this background, but I did not. Sorry. Next time. So the guy that I used to do my podcast with, we game share on PlayStation, and he actually bought it because I was kind of in the same camp. So I was like, I'm gonna wait and buy this, maybe later on down the road or whatever. But he bought it, and I was like, well, not my money directly. So, but I know that's still kind of a shitty thing to feel like. But I did start playing it, and I will say, without giving any spoilers, they've taken everything great from the game that came before it, and they've really just fine-tuned the mechanics and added to that. It's just really good. And the story is actually pretty compelling. I know that Alex was asking me, because obviously the first game is historically based, like pretty accurately and throughout most of it. There's a little bit of that, but then obviously woven its own unique story to tell that isn't deeply like rooted in history. So it's kind of a little bit of both. But I've really been enjoying it. I also started. I think Alex may have talked about it on your all's last episode. I started Dispatch. I've played the first 4 episodes of that. We get another episode that drops on I think another 2 episodes that drop on Wednesday.
Yeah, is it tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
two
So
more after that, or is that that final?
yeah, 2 more after that as well.
Yeah, every Wednesday.
So
And
one
I'm
more,
very
one
curious-
more, one more drop, 2 more
drop.
episodes.
Correct,
So
yeah.
8 total
Yeah.
episodes, 1 drop. Yeah.
And it makes me wonder about this game, because obviously I feel like I've only played through the first 4 episodes, and I've already felt like it's worth my money.
Yeah, all 3 of
I would
us.
have paid
I'm pretty sure have gotten
$60.
through. I know Alex has, and I finished it up the other night. Alex still hasn't responded to my
Yeah.
text, even though he wanted me to reach out to him after I finished
Did
it.
I not?
He did not respond. And
I
Well,
changed-
big
Yeah,
surprise.
I even waited
I
to the
changed-
next day
I
because it was late at night. I'm like, I don't want to bother him at night. It says his
He's
notification
gonna
is
say I
silence. I
changed
checked
my
today.
phones because I needed my other one from work. That's what he's gonna say. Go ahead,
Same
Alex.
number though.
No, it is, but I did move phones, so depending on the backup, if I got it after I backed up and moved, that's why. Okay. Because I saw it because you mentioned and you said it was hot, and it was hot, right?
was
So
hot.
I saw it. I just thought I responded, and I didn't.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. But I did. It's probably because I changed phones. I went from the Pro to the Air. Anyway, shit doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What it makes me want, honestly, though, is this game would be perfect on iPad. I know that sounds weird, but like as a
not
casual just couch game, like with it being like choose your own adventure and then the dispatch stuff, like I feel like touch would just be so much nicer for this game versus controller based. I'm not doing like Alex, because I think Alex is doing 2 different choice
I have all the
options.
playthroughs.
You're probably doing like me.
Yeah,
just
so-
doing your playthrough. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one playthrough and then I'll go back through it after all the episodes drop, and then just do a different one. But I've really been enjoying that game.
good.
It was honestly a surprise for me. Like I think we were all watching the Video Game Awards when they announced this game, and then to be honest with you, I completely forgot about it until
had a
I was
demo,
talking to Alex. He was like,
a couple months
yeah,
ago.
he was like, oh, Dispatch came out. I was like, oh crap, let me go check that out. So I downloaded it, and yeah, it's been really good. I've also been playing this game called Nobody Wants to Die. I've been playing it on my handheld. It kind of has BioShock feels. I feel like I was telling Alex about this game, but it's basically you're a crime scene investigator and you have this cuff on your hand that you can roll back. You can basically manipulate time to help you solve crimes. And there's like this whole like kind of noir feel to this game. It's kind of neon noir, but it also has a little bit of like a BioShock feel. It's very interesting. So I've been playing that as well. I've been playing that primarily on the handheld in bed. And then, as silly as it is to say, because my fiance Amelia loves these games, we've also been playing Power Washer Simulator 2.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's really, really good. So I've been playing that. As far as shows, I completely missed The Big Bang Theory. So I've
you
actually
didn't.
been watching it for the... I
No, you
did.
didn't. you just
Is that
didn't need to
mean
watch
that's
it.
not a good
You just didn't need to watch it.
Yeah. So I take it neither of you like that show, I'm assuming.
It's
I don't hate it.
It's
just not for me.
it's very middle. It's very middle of the country sitcom.
When I
It's very
Got you.
It's a very white bread,
yeah,
like white toast.
so
Okay.
when I worked Geek
Yeah.
Squad in people's homes,
Kind of like my mustache. Got
yeah,
you.
when I worked Geek Squad in people's homes, like I would get asked all the time, like, oh, "I bet you love Big Bang Theory. I bet you watch Big Bang Theory. Did you watch Big Bang Theory?" I'm like, "No, I don't watch that show. It's not for
Yeah.
me. Just because I'm a nerd doesn't mean I like the show.
Yeah.
I know there are nerd characters in there.
Yeah.
I don't care."
It's very unoffensive, is what I would
Yeah.
say.
I've been watching it. I'm on season 9.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Yeah, I
Going
know.
hard for Kelly
It's just
Kuko.
one of those shows I've been putting in the background while I've been doing stuff. I've been finishing up my office and just doing stuff around the house. So I've been doing that. I've also recently, Alex helped me with some preservation stuff here recently. I took him some of my old stuff and he helped me with that. So I've been working on that on my new handheld, trying to get all that set up and working. So that's been good. And then outside of that, I'm trying to think if I've saw. I recently went home and visited West Virginia. I was back home visiting my family.
Run into the
Watched Hocus
Mothman?
Pocus for the. Actually, yeah, I did. I did run into the Mothman statue, unfortunately, not the real Mothman.
Okay.
Picked up some pepperoni rolls, so there's that. And
Hold
then,
on. Roll it back. What is that? Just like an egg roll with pizza stuff inside of it, or what's pepperoni roll?
What?
oh, here's Alex.
You're acting like I don't know. You've never heard of pepperoni roll outside of West Virginia, like, or maybe it's like a closer to like a South thing as well. But like you were in the Midwest, you live in St. Louis. Like we didn't have we don't have pepperoni rolls. Is it just like a beef
So
jerky stick? What is
essentially,
that?
no. So essentially, you take like melted cheese. You take cheese, you take pepperoni, and then you wrap bread around it, and then you bake it. And it's like when you bite into it, it's just cheese and pepperoni, but it's inside a roll.
What
It's like
do you
a
mean?
dinner. It's a dinner roll. It's a dinner roll, but
Yeah.
like cheese and
Okay.
like hunks of pepperoni. So like
Yeah,
pepperoni
big
lick
ol'
sausage
hunk.
cut into like quarters, not like pepperoni slices. You can do
Yeah.
pepperoni slices, but that's for poor people. This is
Yeah.
you
When you
gotta
go
get
to
the hard-
Clarksburg, Morgantown, that's where you get the real pepperoni rolls. That's
What is-
that's where they're at.
What is it called? I'm blanking on the name. I've gone to like locations before in St. Louis, but it's just like the rolls that have like stuff inside. Sometimes you get biscuits and gravy. Sometimes you get, is that a collage?
Not emos.
Or what is that?
F emos.
a kolsch, kind of like a kolsch. Yeah,
Is that what they call
it's,
it?
It's
Kolsch?
more.
It's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, kolsch.
You're not thinking about a calzone, are you?
No.
No. St. Louis had like the kolaches, kolsches,
that
whatever
called?
they are.
I can't remember
Like
yet.
little,
Were these
they're
at
little,
emos?
No, they're the German pastry.
little
So like a
buns,
pastry,
yeah.
and you could get either like sweet or savory in it, kind of
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
So
I think it might
that's
be
just it's just like a
kolache,
pizza version of that, right?
but it's like it's more country because it's like a dinner roll, not like
Nice
a
sweet
baked
roll.
pastry.
Yeah, okay.
And it's one of
Yeah.
these things that you can make. It lasts a while. It doesn't have to be refrigerated.
It doesn't.
Like,
Yeah.
The reason they're so popular is back in the day they made these to send into the mines with coal miners, and that's what they would eat for lunch. So, but yeah. So I don't know how we got onto that topic, but yes,
Because
got
I
some
like pepperoni, and
rolls.
you mentioned something that's
They're
pepperoni
very-
based, and I want to know.
They're very good.
Well, I'll tell you what. So I bought them. So the Sam's Club back home, they actually are the only Sam's Club I've ever been to that get them from the place in Clarksburg. They actually have a website. You can order them and ship them to yourself. So I'll send you the link, and if you want to try a bag, it's only like $8 for a bag. You get like 6 of them, but they're great to throw in the microwave. Just
You can gold belly it from the place in Clarksburg. And it's like $30, but you get like 3 dozen.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, but did that, hung out with the family. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, we had an early Thanksgiving because unfortunately I am in a retail schedule environment. I have blackout periods starting next week, so I will
Patience
not be
required,
going home
dog.
for the holidays. Yeah, so my mom was nice enough to throw an early Thanksgiving dinner for me. So we had the works. And then I watched Hocus Pocus for the first time. Never seen that movie.
time, okay.
First time.
Yeah, I start. Yeah. There's a couple movies that everybody's like. The first one that I just watched a couple years ago was Wizard of Oz. I'd never seen it until like maybe 3 years ago. There's a
I
couple
mean,
movies like
that's
that.
fair because that movie's from like 1937. So there's a possibility there's many people born today that have never seen Wizard of Oz. So like that one I get. But like Hocus
Yeah, I think-
Pocus is your generation. Like it's
It's
our
like 95.
generation.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, so watch that. Started watching a scary movie that I need to finish called Good Boy, which the main actor is a dog. It's a supernatural scary movie, but a dog is the main character. So it's a cool premise. So I got to finish that. Trying to think if there's any other things that I've been up to outside of that. No, I don't think so. I think that's it. I haven't really started any new TV shows. I actually have been. I haven't commented. I need to, but I did play through 'cause I actually got my copy of Metal Gear Solid 4 to work, and I
there you
did
go.
play. Yeah, I did play through that with you all, but I'll have to look up this next game that Alex was mentioning because I'd never heard of this game, so
PS3
I'll have
game.
to check it. Oh, and then I also started Bioshock 1. I talked to Alex about that last week, and I told him I'd only played Bioshock Infinite, never played 1 or 2. So I went back and started Bioshock 1, and the remastered version I have on Steam, and it's been great so far. It's been really good. That universe is, it's just really cool. I know it's probably not your bag 'cause it's underwater, but just the fact that it's like very Art Deco, but also underwater, and it
Yeah.
just
Let's
it just
let's clear this up real quick. It's like when I'm in the open underwater. If I'm in like a little like
Oh.
Gungan
Okay.
little bubble right there, I'm okay with being underwater. It's not that bad. But if
No.
it's like, for example, I was going down in that cage. The cage stopped. They wanted me to go
Which looks
outside the
fun,
cage. I'm
honestly.
like, fuck this.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah, all these beautiful jellyfish are out here, but I do not trust this game.
Preston,
that took a
it
little
is your lore.
courage.
It is your lore now. Just like
Sure.
skipping cutscenes or dialogue or whatever is my
But let's
lore.
not get twisted.
So
I can be underwater.
it is your lore now.
as long as I'm in a building or a container of some sort that has keeping me safe from the things outside of that container.
Well, let me ask you this then. You played Dredge, right?
I played a chunk of Dredge, yes.
I heard that chuckle as he said that. You're on a
Yeah.
boat. Do you not feel safe?
And it gets dark, and then you
Okay.
got like things like are shadowy underwater. Like, and that thing was chasing
Yeah.
you like at the very beginning when it hits nighttime. It's stress inducing. I can suck it up. Like it's just a
Okay.
game. It's fine, but like it's still like causes me like stress and anxiety. Like I get like back tension and shit from stuff like that just because I'm sitting there like, gotta get back to the shore.
Okay.
Gotta get back to the back.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's.
And
I've
then-
played a little bit of Bioshock. Like I've played that intro because it's really cool. Got it for
Yeah.
free somewhere.
You've
at
never
some point.
played.
But-
You've never beat Bioshock?
No, because I get downstairs and it's like the thing is beating on the door of that elevator that you're in. I'm like, fuck this game. I'm out.
Okay, we are. That is definitely either one or two. I haven't decided.
Well,
which
I was
will be
gonna
my
say,
next book club game.
if
I'll
you're
tell you
gonna
now.
choose
Yeah.
one of them, like I would say choose one because you haven't gotten this. We haven't put this out yet, Travis. But he was giving us an option between Enslaved, obviously to the west, or Bioshock 2. And of course, Christian's gonna say Enslaved, but also it's like I haven't played Bioshock 1, so I'm not gonna choose Bioshock 2. I'll play it if you want me to just play 2, but.
Yeah, I just Christian is like, you don't want me to talk bad about Bioshock 1 after playing some other games, and I don't want to fight with Christian, so we might play 2, a game that's completely open to
choose
discussion.
whatever you want,
Because
yes,
one is not open to discussion.
Oh, it's not?
So
Well, someone might be adding it to his list for a video game book club because I haven't beat it, and I want to see what Christian has to say.
Yeah. And then the last thing I'll say, there's a new game that's coming out on the 14th. I'm waiting for how reviews are going to be, called Where Winds Meet. And it is an RPG that you can either play through in co-op or you can do it MMO style, that is supposed to be in the vein of like a Ghost of Yotei, but it's like multiplayer. So I'm kind of wondering how that is going to be. So that's the only other thing I got my eye on. I did put a link in your all's Discord so you could check it out later. But outside of that, that's pretty much all I've been up to.
Okay. Alex, you want to go next?
sure. So for me, I've dabbled a little bit. So I played a little bit of Fantasy Life. What is that? The girl that stole time or whatever.
Time?
The new Fantasy Life game. So it was an old 3DS game. They did a sequel to that game only in the East, and then they released a new one here in the States this year, actually, I believe.
Yep. PC and Switch 2 and Switch, I think.
Yeah. So I played a little bit of that. It is good. It is very similar to the first one. It's very pretty, very colorful. It's just kind of like a casual. There's a whole bunch
It's
of
cozy.
jobs. Yeah, it's cozy. There's a bunch of jobs. You can be an archer. You can be a woodcutter who goes out and just chops down trees, or a miner, or fisher, cook, and it's a very cozy game. So it's very pretty. I played a little bit of that. So dabbled into that. I've of course played Rematch. They did a cool little like Halloween event where you could get a cool little costume of like skeleton and eye makeup and stuff, and that was fun. But I'm as caught up as you can be in Rematch. So they're releasing in the season. They have 3 tiers of stuff you can unlock, which is like rookie and then something semi-pro and professional or whatever. Or maybe it's different. Maybe it's like Championship Premier. Either way, they don't release the top tier of rewards until later this week, and then it'll be open till the end of the season to earn everything. And I have earned everything below it. So like,
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a reason to play rematch until like 2 days from now.
So you can't like stock up and like once you like, because I know some like passes like let's say,
You absolutely can.
okay, so it's kind of like the whole free pass to the paid pass to where like you can earn all of it, and then if you want to pay for it, you just pay for the pass, and then like, you get everything. But with this one, it's more like once we release the professional patch, if you have all the experience leading up through that, you'd be able to just automatically get caught up. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Because every time you level up, you get a little token, and if you collected those tokens, you could just spend them all at once.
I see.
I started late, so I grinded a lot to get caught up, and I'm just not in the mood to continue
Yeah,
grinding
that's fair.
beyond.
For something
so,
that's not there yet. Yeah.
yeah, so it's like I'm not worried about it right now. But that game is still great. Everybody still plays 3v3 right now for some reason. I think that is like the new game mode. So instead of 5v5, which I was into, I've just moved to 3v3. It's fun. I score a lot more goals, and I'm better than... I feel better because in 5v5, I'm pretty average. But in 3v3, just because, I don't know, I'm smarter than most people, or I play like a team...
Maybe
like
you're not relying on as
teammate.
many people.
Maybe, but I'm also not as selfish. Like, I play like a teammate.
Yeah.
So, like, I actually end up getting a ton of goals and a ton of assists.
Okay.
So I'm actually much better at 3v3 because I don't play like a selfish a-hole. So yeah, that game's good. I am almost done with Trails in the Sky first chapter.
Okay.
I'm in the final bit. I think I have 3 quests or 2 quests left. I'm trying to figure out what do I do to... I forget what I do to collect the 2, like, legendary weapons for Estelle and Joshua. It has to do with something with like collecting all the books of Cornelia and then collecting all the issues of the Liberal News. I've collected all the books, and I'm as far in the Liberal News as I can get without moving further in the story. So I'm trying to figure out, can I go get 1 legendary weapon? Do I need to wait? Like, where am I in that? But I'm almost done with that game. So I've been plowing along through that.
Let me ask
And
you a
then, of
question
course,
about that
I-
game real quick. Because I started
Yeah,
back
one
up.
as well.
So I started from my save point from the demo. So it was a lot of whole like, wait, what am I doing again?
Sure.
And then I kind of got the hang of it, but the first thing I did was it wants you to go to the farm at the very beginning of the game. Like after you get your license, you go to the farm because they got some critters up there, or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it wanted me to do the side quests first because I am getting my shit pushed in by those little dudes. Because it's like, essentially, I'm just going to call them a hamster. It's like a little hamster, you catch it, and then it calls in Big Mama Hamster, and then I'm fighting, I'm kind of getting it down, and then Big Mama Hamster just keeps on calling in more hamsters to fight you, and I'm just getting one-shotted by everyone. So I'm assuming I need to do the side quests that it has for me.
You could. Have you put any orbs in your orbit thing? Have you put any,
Yeah.
like, gems in your thing?
I mean, I only have like spots for like 1 or 2, I think, on most of them, because I just started out.
Well, I think you start with 3.
Okay, 3 sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you start with 3. So I would look at that too, because your skills not only change according to what you put in there, but they can change based on the order you put them in. So you may want to check your skills, right? There might be a way where you can like put that mama hamster to sleep a lot more, so she can't call stuff in. So you can play with that. Maybe you need to do some side quests as well. But by this point, they have that thing in the system where like if you lose, you can just try again with less power. If you lose, you can try again with less power. Like you could theoretically just do that until you just...
I know.
overpower
I was kind of
it.
avoiding
Fine.
that, but I'll probably end up doing that. But yeah, no, I kept on dying down. Like, what the fuck is it supposed to do? I'm like, okay. Well, I go back to like town. I'm like, okay, let's just do one of the side quests. I start like heading
Yeah.
towards that side quest, and it's like, oh, I forgot this has like the whole like it doesn't have to be turn based kind of thing. But for that boss or whatever that mission, like it
Bosses
forces
you
you
do.
into turn based. I'm like, oh, because like if I'm like, oh, let's just try it again because like maybe I pressed the button wrong or maybe I just automatically starting it. Like no, it automatically starts you in turn based. You can't jump out of turn based because like if you're on the outer world area, like the overworld, and like you're kind of just going through and you're not activating turn based right away, I'm killing most of those guys by like
Yeah.
dodging and like hitting stuff. But you can't do that when you're turn based. So
You'll get to a weird point in that game where you can like so anything story based will force you to go into that
Right, okay.
like turn based automatically. and that's a story beat, so you have to do it. But there will be other points in the game, like in the early part, you'll just fly through beating people up with the B button, just like moving on and not fighting. But there will come a point in the game that it flips to where you can absolutely beat things to death with the B button, but it's actually just faster to go into the turn base, drop a couple of heavy power attacks on them, and move on, which is the point at the end that I'm at. Like, sometimes I don't feel like going to turn based, and I smacked on something for like 3 minutes the other day when I could have probably just gone in turn based and like wiped out instantly and moved on.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, so you got to be careful in that game because you can miss out on side quests and you can progress to where you can't go back and turn stuff in. So I always do the side quests first and then do the story stuff just to be safe.
I'm just trying to mainline it, and then this game is pretty much just telling me no, you should be mainline. This is a JRPG, pal. You should probably do some side quests.
Yeah, you should. It's not grindy though. You should absolutely do the side quests because the whole point is you're trying to become a bracer, and every side quest you turn in gets you bracer points so you can level up, right?
Yeah.
And like that does have story implications and stuff, but if you do those side quests, you will never have to grind.
Okay.
And that's the trade-off. They give you enough XP and everything you do, like killing the one-off monsters and stuff, that you'll never have to grind in this game if you do that stuff. But if you don't do it, yeah, you might find yourself to be a little fucked in different places. Yeah. And they're not long. Usually it's go to a place and kill a thing, and that game does have fast travel, don't forget about that. Mm-hmm. So you can do two things. You can do fast mode, and then you can run in high speed mode, so you run like double fast, or you can just teleport to where you need to go and do that too. Okay. So there's other ways around it, but yeah. So I'm almost done with that. And then, of course, I played Dispatch. So I have 3 Dispatch playthroughs going. I've said this before. I have my normal one that I will play through first thing on Wednesday. Like, that is the one I'll do first. Then, once I know my decisions, how everything goes, I'm doing a perfect run with as perfect as you can be, because with the way this game works with the Dispatch, you can send out the ideal heroes, and it's still a random roll of if you pass or fail. So still a roll. So I'm doing a perfect decision run with Invisigirl, and I'm doing a perfect decision run with Blonde Blazer, and then within that, we've all finished all 4 chapters, yeah?
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. So within that, like in one of them, I selected, you have a choice of hiring 2 people. I selected different ones in each of the 2 perfect runs, and then you can hire 2 people onto the team. I selected different people in each perfect run. So I kind of going through every path. I love that game.
Since we did a little bit of, since we're kind of doing spoilers here, who did you guys fire? Like, who was like your first choice to fire?
Yeah, that's the same one.
I'm apparently one of the very few people who fired. Even though he was my most used.
Dope as hell.
He was my most used character during the Dispatch. But he was fucking doing coke during one of the fucking jobs, and one of the job I really wanted him. I'm like, if it's an inside job,
focused.
That's not during the job. Nope.
So funny though.
He is. I did feel kind of bad about it because kind of like milquetoast a little bit. She's not like super like talkative and stuff like that. But I'm like, okay, well, if I was the boss and I'm making a boss decision here, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're doing. Even though he was like my most used one because he had like all the intelligence and charisma stats with a little bit of damage if he goes into his. I think he is probably the cooler of the 2, but he was not happy with me. He screamed in my face.
Yeah, I will say I really liked the one part of the story, without giving too much spoilers, is when they all start, when it gets to the part where you have to like get close to where you have to make the cut and they start dicking each other over, and then as you're trying to dispatch during that period, you're like clearly falling short because of all this stuff that's happening. I just thought that was a really nice touch.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. It was well done. I will say, when you fire, he is very upset about it, and he's like, what the hell? And it kind of makes you feel bad because you're like, oh, you're kind of cool. When you fire, you're kind of like, oh yeah, you kind of suck. You don't feel as bad about it. You're like, you're just kind of a crappy person.
You're like, I made
so it was. Yeah. So I love it. I started like in my normal playthrough. I started with because I was like, it's cool decisions. I like where it's going. I like the whole dynamic. Since again we're doing spoilers, so if you haven't played it, you don't want to spoil it, skip ahead. But they're doing that whole thing with her boyfriend, and they have that whole dynamic going on. And I was like, this is interesting. I like where they're going. But when they first brought in, I was like, now that if I had the choice, that would be that would be the choice, right? But like she's very funny. And then when they did it, I was like, okay, video game. Like this is I have to do another playthrough now. Yeah. They know. They
I am curious with your playthrough where you've chosen the did you also hire her ex or did you hire her during that playthrough?
So my first one, because I haven't gotten there on my third one. My first one where I chose her, I did, and then the second one where I was doing it, I did Phenomenon Man.
Yeah, I chose Water.
I would be curious if it changes.
I will do that though. I will do that on this third one. I will do. One. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm curious how that's gonna go. Because I'm a little scared of him. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, the game is so good. Like, I'm interested to see where they go with this. And what they do, like, relationship-wise, these games and these teams, I know in the past in their other games, you have a bunch of romance choices, and you have a cast of guys and girls. You've never explicitly said, like, how your character leans. So you could do a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of chapters left. I also, like, in my mind, I could see either the person you don't choose to romance turning into a big villain in the end.
That's what I'm assuming.
I can see
like when
the people you fired turn a villain.
The person who I fired, like it has like ominous music as they're leaving the place. There's a joke or two in there when they're leaving, but like also like anytime it cuts outside the joke, it's like very ominous villainy music. I'm like, okay, this motherfucker's gonna turn a goddamn villain. All right.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what they do with it, but like, I'm excited, but I'm also worried. Like, I'm halfway through your game. Right? Like I feel like there's still a lot of story to tell, so I don't know if they're going to do future DLC or...
They do have like an hour per episode pretty much, so you're looking at about double the time.
And I almost wondered if they would do seasons almost. Like I know it was a pretty cheap entry, but I'm wondering if it's possible as like they release new seasons as DLC possibly.
It's actually a brilliant build of a game because theoretically you could come back later and your next DLC could follow another dispatcher. Right, that like another superhero and another team, and you have a bunch of different options, which is kind of interesting. You have whole different branches, right? You could go to the Uptown branch or whatever they allude to. So, I don't know. It could be really interesting, but that's all I played. And then TV shows, we've restreamed Stranger Things because season 5 I think comes out later this month.
Yeah, Witcher
24th. I think.
That show is actually a very binge-worthy show, especially at the beginning. So most episodes are like 35 to 36 minutes, and the seasons are only 7 or 8 episodes. It's not until the last season that like it's 8 episodes, but everyone's like an hour and a half. But it's really easy to binge, and it makes way more sense when you watch them together without the 2-year gaps or 3-year gaps between each one. We've picked up on a lot of stuff going like back to back. We're like, oh, of course, that makes way more sense now. But yeah, we're almost done with that, and then The Witcher we haven't started. I hear very mixed reviews on it. Most of the things are not super positive. Most of the things are
kind of waiting to hear how you feel about it. Because if you're still like, it's not bad, I'll be like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Because like I'm looking for an excuse to get Netflix again, but like I don't want to do it just for K-pop Demon Hunters. So I'm waiting to get like another reason, to pop that up and have more than one show to watch. Yeah.
I'll let you know soon. Everything I've read and everything seems to say like. It's not that Liam Hemsworth is terrible. He's not a great Geralt, but it seems like the show as a whole, like the writers, just they've lost the thread, right? Once they fired Henry Cavill and once he left because of everything, and they wanted to tell their own stories. What they said. The best way I heard it put was season 4 is Yennefer and Friends.
So
and
less Witcher. Yeah.
So so it seems like they're trying to tell other stories. At least they were until they saw the reviews are bad. Now they're like, we're trying to go back to the source material, but fans give a shit. Who knows? So
Netflix gives a shit.
But that's all I have.
I did have a question
Yeah.
before Preston goes for you, Alex. So I know you said you were playing Trails. After you're done with this, do you think this is going to be something that propels you forward to want to play the other games, or are you just going to wait until they continue to get remade and then go into
Well,
them?
they've already announced the second chapter next year, so
Ah,
by this
Okay.
point, I would
And he
probably
has
just wait.
played the original first one, so like he had the opportunity to continue on, but
okay. Got you.
I beat. This is my second playthrough. Like first time was on the OG, and then the second time on here. Yeah, I'll probably continue second chapter when it gets redone, and then third chapter when it gets redone, and then pick up with the rest of the series where it goes, because those are already like the different sort of
Yeah.
animation styles, stuff like that. So
Okay.
yeah, that's my stuff.
all right. Well, yeah, like we talked about, I did play some Dispatch, got all through chapter 1 through 4. I think some of because like the very end of these episodes, it's very much like, I mean, this is pretty much a Telltale game without being a Telltale company. So at the
Well,
very
it's all
end,
Telltale devs.
yeah, well, Telltale does, but not the Telltale
Yeah.
gaming production
Yes.
company, development company.
Yeah.
And they do the whole thing at the very end. It's like, hey, here's a percentage of this amount of people chose this option while you chose this
I
option.
love
You're in this
that.
percentage. Not
Yeah.
always. I think every like chapter is always gonna be one that is just like off, because it says I'm in the 1%. And I'm like,
I've only noticed the one you sent me. So the one with like 1% of people helped Invisigirl. That's the only one that I saw that I thought the same thing. Like this stat is just
Okay.
wrong, because
yeah, because something is
But-
not processing properly. Yeah. So
But yeah, I had that same 1% on the same one. And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense, because it's either you do the thing or you don't do the thing. Like it's not even like you helped or you didn't. It's like you as your character had to do something specific, and either you did or you didn't. I have a hard time believing that we're the only two people.
99% of the
were
people
able to do that.
said
Yeah.
fuck that. I'm like,
Yeah.
90% of people don't have a heart.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying that playthrough. I think the writing on this is blowing me away, because like I played the demo. Yes, it has funny writing, but I didn't know where they were going to go with it, because it's really just a little bit beginning part of you kind of getting introduced to the Dispatch company, and then you doing like one Dispatch run. So you're not getting a whole lot of dialogue. You get like dialogue from like 3 characters. That's pretty much it. And then you get dialogue from the characters while you're doing Dispatch. Fucking hiccups. So once I started playing the game, like the characters who are talking to each other and the quips and the fucking wittiness to all this, just the charisma of some of the characters is just incredible. I love it. Give me like 1 second.
I will say Aaron Paul does I mean, all the cast members are great, but Aaron Paul is the main character. I think was a great choice.
He's really well done. And then the guy that is from like the Hunger Games and other stuff, whose name I never remember, but the guy that's his cubicle mate is also very funny too.
Jeffrey Wright, I think is his name.
Right. I want to say Rush,
Yeah.
but that's never guy.
Yeah,
Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Wright.
Wright,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
I love
very
him.
funny.
He's throwing out
He
F-bombs
is
like
so
nobody's
funny.
business. But yeah, no, I do enjoy that. That, and like he's like you bring your dog in, who's the fucking cutest fucking little mutt of a dog, like looks like a much of a corgi and some other kind of dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. But he brings it in, and that character is like very harsh, very brash, and always cursing and like telling people to fuck off. And you bring the dog, he's like, hey, I hope you don't mind. He's like, just lights up. He's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh,
He's like, I
yeah.
will die for this dog. And he gets his dog,
he
his
says-
gets his own little bed in his little cubicle, like outside of the actual owner's cubicle. He's like, oh, I got him
Yeah.
this bed and a bunch of toys here. Like, he's like, I got you, dog. Don't worry about it.
It's the best.
He's like, I will literally let
Beef.
you. I will literally let everyone in here, you included, die in a fire before I let
Yeah.
harm come to this puppy.
Dog's name is Beef. Yeah,
I love
no,
that.
I love it. It's,
Yeah.
it's amazing. So, yeah, no, that game is surprising me. I thought it was going to be good. It's been a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and I'm really enjoying the choices. These writers, I don't know if it was like if it's just the dev team, or if like, because I know Critical Role had a part in this, so I wonder if they're like ad-libbing and like giving like some writing like stuff, like, hey, I think this character would do this kind of thing. So it's with them adding in the Critical Role parts of it, like I think you can feel it and see it. Like I just it's there. Like it just, because compared to like I've played other Telltale games. I've played I think the first Walking Dead one, which was really good. It was like a kind of the first time they did that kind of thing, to where it's like very surprising. I played the Batman ones, so like the Batman was
Same.
incredible. And then I played the Expanse one, which was really good. I didn't play the Borderlands one. I heard it was very good as well. So all that writing I heard is very good. But like, I don't think the writing for those games does not stack up to this Dispatch game. Like this Dispatch game is like, it's blowing my predictions and my feelings about what this game was going to be like just out of the water. It's phenomenal. It's reaching for a high spot in that top 10 at the end of this year. So I'm very curious to see like how it all rolls out. Man, this year's been a banger as far as like what are we going to choose for top 10.
I would say
it is
too,
adult, as you said, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say though, any game where, I mean, because let's be honest, there's not a ton of gameplay in this game. It's a lot of like you making choices and watch how those choices play out. Mm-hmm. But to have a game like that still is able to capture you with very little gameplay, I think speaks volumes for the game itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, like I was mentioning earlier, and Alex just mentioned just now. But it is a very adult game. I mean, obviously there's curse and stuff like that, but episode 4, there's a very explicit scene. Now, obviously, it's not going porn levels, but it's very close. So
I like the reveal of who that
kids.
character was in that dream at the very end. I won't say, but like you just see that little nod, and I'm just like, okay, that was well done.
There is some nudity in that. I mean, there's some nudity in the first chapter too. It's just they hide it because it's like
it's not sexual.
Like his. Right, it's not sexual. It's just a guy that's naked, but it's his thing, which I thought was like, literally the line when he like transforms and Aaron Paul is just like deadpan, like nice dick. Like it was just so funny to me.
Yeah. Other than that, I finished Ball Pit. I've gone through all the levels.
Okay.
So they have a bunch of stages. And you can finish it with each individual character. And then, you kind of get boosted stat bonuses if you finish levels with more and more characters. But I got to the final level. Got the credits. Now I'm going back and just getting all the blueprints. I think I have like one blueprint left I need to find, which is like gives you like a housing or something like that for a new character. And then I'll have all the characters. But man, if you enjoy Brick Breaker in like the slightest, like Brick Breaker's kind of fun, like play this game. Just play this game. Like if you're a Vampire Survivors kind of person, it's the upgrades and the abilities you get are very Vampire Survivors like. As far as like, oh, I unlocked a new character now. I can do the role with this one. This character starts off with this weapon. And when you're going through, like, oh, I can get this ability. I can upgrade it 3 times. And once it's upgraded 3 times, there's the maximum. You can get another item that you upgrade that one 3 times, and you can combine them to be one item, so you can free up a spot to get like another item. It's incredible. Like it's hitting that itch for me on Vampire Survivors, but it's giving me more of a completion satisfaction because I'm actually completing these levels. Vampire Survivors, I'm playing these levels over and over and over again. You're not really beating it, but you are getting like you're unlocking things. You're still doing stuff while you're in there. You're just not beating those levels. This one, I'm beating levels much more often. There's a lot more options I feel as far as characters wise. I mean, obviously I didn't unlock every single character and play every character in Vampire Survivors, but like. I guess it's a little bit spoilers, but I don't care at this point because it's really just telling me what kind of character you can unlock. But like, I've unlocked characters, ball shoot from the back. I got juggler guy who can lob balls and then comes back to him. There is a character that turns this into a turn-based strategy, to where you have all your balls there and you get to shoot in a direction and then they bounce around and until they come back to you, the next turn doesn't start for the enemies. So obviously it's ball breakers, so they're coming from the top to the bottom. You got to stop them hitting the bottom. And it just goes one turn, they go, and they stop. And then you get to shoot again, and then you get to kind of go that way. So what I did is, like, I felt like I was breaking it to where I got a building that lets me take 2 characters in. So I chose the guy who does turn-based. And then I chose the one that lets you shoot from the back. Which means that I just shoot from the back, and if they have enemies just, like, filling up the front, like, those balls just bounce until there's a hole in that section. So I'm just sitting there, the enemy's standing still, and it's just like, and the balls are going faster and crazier, and it just goes nuts until the balls can actually finally get through, and then it goes their turn. But I was getting a lot of clears with those. It's a lot of fun. And even a character that just plays the fucking game for you. Like, it's very fun. They have a lot of fun with it. So, like, the other night I was, like, watching something. I wanted to watch some YouTube video, but I kind of wanted to pay attention to it, but I kind of wanted to have something to do in the background. Fucking horrible brain. But I don't need 2 screens, but apparently I do. But I just like, okay, well, I wanted to clear this one section. I want to get blueprints in this section. I'm like, I'll just choose the guy who plays the game for me and then just send him with somebody else and just let it roll. And then I would look back down, like, yep, he's still doing pretty good. Like, oh, we're getting close to that one. Oh, he got out of it. I'm like, okay, all right. It's just, this game is a lot of fun. I think beating it or getting the quote credits took me like 20 hours, so it's still a beefy game.
Okay.
But I put a lot in. The past 2 weeks, I put in like 10 hours a week. So I've been loving the fuck out of it. So it's high recommend
I've
for me.
downloaded it,
Super cheap.
but I haven't played it yet. I was listening to your episode last week, and you had mentioned it was like a brick breaker, and I love brick breaker games. So I've put it on the handheld, but I haven't started it yet.
Yeah.
So I look forward to playing
Like,
that.
Christian was a big fan of like the whole like farming plot land area with buildings stuff like that. It's very like, I mean, you're doing it to unlock characters. You're doing it to get like resources so you can upgrade buildings to get more stat boosts or to like be able to upgrade things. But that all part is like very quick. You're not spending a whole lot of time doing that unless you're like rearranging it and thinking out how you want like your balls to go around. And because to build a building, you have to place it, and then it's like that scaffolding and stuff. And you need to have your characters hit that building so that way it can like get a little pip, and you have to hit it so many times before it's built, and you can actually use that character or have it upgrade. With the more characters you get, the more guys you have on the field harvesting and hitting the buildings. So since I've got pretty much all characters now, I have a fuck ton of guys there. I got a couple buildings that gives me more time with the harvest. So by the time I'm done harvesting, like they've picked up everything. They've hit most buildings. Maybe it takes me 2 harvests to get a full building built, but it's just a fun little in-between side piece. It probably leaves a little bit to be desired, I feel. But other than that, you can have fun with it if you want, or if you just wanted to, you can do like what Christian mentioned, which is like, I'm going to make a little square of buildings that need to be built. I'm just going to shoot my guys in there, and it's going to bounce around all of those. I'm like, you could do that if you want to, or you can have fun with it and just kind of build it around, plan your buildings where they want them to think about how it's going to bounce around.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize. You know, Christian's not an architectural designer. Tell him his design for that village is stupid.
It's flawed. It's not proficient. You're not
My
getting
favorite part
resources
about
that
listening
way.
to you talk about this game is just watching Alex smile every time you start talking about balls and just making sure he wasn't going to
Hey,
laugh.
this is probably the game I've played with the most balls. So I have been enjoying it. It's a lot of balls involved in this game. Some are a little bit bigger, some are a little bit smaller, some of them just do more, some of them are pretty gross, but that's just the way life is. So
You just got to deal with it.
hey, you just got to deal with it. If you like the game, you just got to play it. Other than that, I did play one other game. I'm trying to think if I played anything else first. I don't think I have. Oh wait, no, I did dabble with a little bit of more Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
I
Because
want to play that so bad.
they had the Joker season pop up, so I missed the festival they had for it, so I don't get all like the extra little banners and stuff like that, which I'm kind of pissed off about. Hopefully, hope they bring back those festivals just so we can do, because they only released the festival for a week, but they have like the cart and the character, like those are just gonna be once you log in, you get them. Since Persona is technically a Sega published game, that is a free DLC content or season stuff. So I got Joker in the cart for free.
Oh, nice.
So I just jumped in there. It's great. It's awesome. Every little emote I had does like a little Persona music tone and stuff like that. So I'm very happy about that. That was the character I was essentially waiting for. But I did see their future roadmap, and it does show Turtles in there. So we'll see what they do with Ninja Turtles when it gets there. That'll be a paid one for sure. But yeah, we'll see what they release with that one. But yeah, that's a great.
It would be incredible if they were all on skateboards, or maybe like one of them were in the like Turtle Mobile.
They
but
do
if
have
the
a
rest were on
hoverboard.
skateboards,
Like
it'd
they
be
have a
amazing.
hoverboard as a type of cart you can get. So like I can see them just making that the skateboard at that point. But yeah, it'd be really cool if they had like the van as one of the carts in it, like one of the bigger ones. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, lastly, I did pick up a new game. I got the Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. So if you're a fan of
saw
Atari
that.
50, the games that they make there, digital clips, they do a great job as far as documentary and stuff like when it comes to the games. It's incredible. It's great. It's got Mortal Kombat 1 through 3, the variations of those. It has Mortal Kombat 4, the arcade. It has Sub-Zero mythologies. It has Special Forces. I think it's Shaolin Forces, a game I've never played. But a non.
Oh, that was the
game.
Shaolin Forces.
That one was cool.
Was that the one where you had a little RPG where you would go from like place
Yep.
to place
I
as your
played it.
character level? I remember that. Yeah.
And you went
But
to
yeah,
different
it's-
tombstones and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet, so
Yeah,
I'm curious to get
that
to it.
was-
But what I'm doing now is they have the documentary section. So you can play and you just go ahead and play the games if you want. They all have online support. Whether it's good online support or no, I don't know. Because, I mean, to be fair, I play those games with friends. I'm not the most competitive Mortal Kombat person in the world, so I'm not going to go in there and get my shit pushed in. I have a lot of people
Yeah.
have been telling me that the netcode's not great. I wasn't expecting it for all these older games to be great. A lot of people are saying that there's issues about like latency. I haven't noticed it really, but I'm not like diving in and playing a lot of one game. What I'm doing is they have the crypt area, which kind of shows the timeline. They did this for a lot of their game documentaries, to where you can go in the timeline, you go through, and you're like, oh, this is when this happens, when that happened. Here's a bunch of documents for when this happened. Here's a bunch of screenshots or like concept art we had, and then you have videos in between as well. So you can go listen to Ed Boon and Tobias to talk about the creation of Mortal Kombat and the fun stuff that they did with it. But yeah, super interesting because you get to hear Ed Boon talk about how he worked on a couple other games, and then goes into this one as like his first like creator role. It's like his main game. Him and Tobias made this one. Like as far as like they were the co-creators of the Mortal Kombat, and about how they get it into like the hands of people. They loved it, and like he's like they're finding out all these things like too easily. He's like, so he went back and there was a revision to one where they finally put Reptile in. So Reptile would just show up randomly in between like fights. Like he's like, to fight me, you have to do this, or you get to try real hard to fight me. And like, it's this insane way to unlock Reptile, to where it was. I think you have to get like so many wins or so many flawless wins, and you have to play it on a certain stage where the dice roll is that something has to go across the moon on this stage, and you have to beat and get a flawless doing that way. It's a whole to do to get Reptile to be like to fight against Reptile. So it's a lot of crazy stuff, but he just put that in afterwards because he loves Ed Boon loves like having these hidden things. I think like the first time they showed it there, like no one even knew about fatality. So like they're all fighting, trying to figure out like, how do you do that move? How do you do that move? Ed Boon walks up, goes to fight somebody, and then just does a fatality and walks away and just starts laughing. People are like, what the fuck was that? And it's incredible. I love hearing the evolution of Mortal Kombat and like how they had fun with it back in the day. And I was gonna mention this Christian, and he'll hear this on here, but I'll probably talk to him again about this. But a lot of the stuff in the first game was like stuff that they just pulled from like Chinatown, Chicago. So if you look at that one like outdoor fighting arena, and it has like the red like I don't know if it's like temple gates or whatever, that is just straight up in Chinatown. He's like, I just took a photo of that and put it into our game. So like there's a lot of like there's a lot of interesting like things you find out like that through the documentary. But you're going through the years. I'm watching videos and stuff like that, and finally once they get done talking about the development, like okay, well the game released this year, so you get to look at the box art, you get to look at the arcade cabinet, and then you can just play straight from there. So you go play. What I usually do is I play a little bit, and then once I die, I just move on to the next piece of the documentary. If I die real fast, I'll try one or two times, which is, to be fair, most of them. But yeah, we're playing some of these, and some of these are not good, and it's really interesting, like hearing the creators of like the Sega and the SNES version, because the SNES version is bad. Outside of it having green blood, because like everything had like sweat or like green blood or whatever. Like even the Sega version start off with that, but you could put in a code to get the blood to work on Sega. But it also talked about how it just didn't do well on Super Nintendo. Like he had to get it out, and like the developer said, like we had to put it out there. Nintendo wanted us to do certain things with the game. I made it work as well as I could to get it out for the release date. And the guy from Sega is like, yeah, I just kind of just redid the code. I just pretty much made the exact same game under this, and I figured out a way to do it really well, and people are pretty pleased about it. And you can just see the Super Nintendo guys like shrugging. He's like, I did what I could, man. He's like, that's what we had working with the Super Nintendo. And they go to Mortal Kombat 2. He's like, hey, I did much better this time. And guess what? The Super Nintendo is the better version of Mortal Kombat 2. They changed to a different person because the person who made the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat 1 was like, there's no way they're going to put this into the Sega. He's like, there's no way they can do it. He's like, it's like, I'm working on something else. He's like, I don't feel like, he felt like they would have developed the entire port of the game and they wouldn't have released it. So he's like, I would have to do something else. He's like, in hindsight, probably a bad decision on my part, but it is what it is. But yeah, incredible documentary stuff in there. And it's just fun being able to get all the info dump of everything and then play the game for a little bit. Even like the Game Boy versions and the Game Gear versions are out on there. I'm playing a little bit of like the first Game Boy one is Game Boy. Mortal Kombat 1 is trash. It is horrible. It's a bad game. Mortal Kombat 2 on the Game Boy is actually pretty fucking decent. And I was playing it, and it's playing much better. I'm actually getting wins on this one, and like I can put the inputs in just fine. Like I was surprised that how good that is. But it's nice to have that there, because I'm not gonna go out and get a fucking Genesis. Not Genesis. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna get a Genesis, but I'm also not gonna go out and get a Game Gear just to try out the Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 on Game Gear, right? So it's nice to have that there. They're probably not perfect ports, but I couldn't tell you one way or another because I don't have the original ones. I'm not that much of a diehard. But I do like Mortal Kombat. Played a lot with my friends. It does have Deception on there, if I remember correctly. But it doesn't have any more of those from that era. So there's no like Deadly Alliance, Armageddon, or anything like that. But there is Deception there. I haven't got to that part of the
Annihilation or whatever.
Those were the ones that me and my friends played all the time. You know, it was like when we were 20s, we were just smoking a bunch of weed. We all lived in the same apartment, like 5 dudes, and we're all just getting high and playing Mortal Kombat, trying to do some stuff, right? So it's that I have a lot of love for like the old that like midway, like the 3D-ish era, not quite before like the reboot, which I also love. But yeah,
Mortal Kombat 2 Reptile was my jam because I remember playing that like on the arcade cabinet and just like the green ninja that looked like the others but was cooler because he wasn't gold, he wasn't blue, he was green, and then he would occasionally just pull the helmet or the hood back and be a little reptile face and squirt acid. Like that's the one I remember.
That's great.
That was my jam.
And then it seemed like how I unlocked those, you know, like Noob Saibot and stuff like that. Noob Saibot is just the creator's names backwards, last names backwards.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but it's very fun like watching all that. And they got all like the video footage of them like capturing the actors and stuff like that. And they even have one to where like I think it was like the release of MK3 to where it was like they got like 3 of those actors just to do like a like performance for the release of it in the arcades to where it was like Jax, Sonya, and Kano, the actors from the game, just hanging out doing like a WWE type of fight to where they're like pulling punches and stuff like that, slapping each other around. It was fun to watch. But all that kind of video stuff is just there for you to see. Not to mention, they have the entire like ESRB bill that was put out during like the time of Mortal Kombat 1 or 2 to where like the Congress went to court about video games and like it should be violent, should be banned, this and that. And then Nintendo and everyone's like, we'll just make a rating system. It's fine. Just get off our dicks. We'll make a rating system for you. But they have the entire like bill that was passed. Every single page is there for you to go through if you really wanted to read. Like it's small things like that to where it's like, I didn't need that, but I think it's really cool that that's there and I can kind of skim through it if I want to, just kind of see what that looks like.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying the fuck out of it. I haven't finished it up. I'm getting through the timeline still. But if you have nostalgia for the old Mortal Kombat games, and you're not too much of like a stickler when it comes to like perfect ports, I think this is a 100% buy for you. I think it was like $40, $50, something like that. So it's not like a super huge price game. And it is obviously a promotional thing, right? It is Mortal Kombat. You're not getting anyone talking shit on each other really outside of like the whole SNES and Genesis like debate going back and forth between those two. Like that was a fun little thing. But you're not going to get like, I don't think you're going to get the level of like Atari 50 to where they're talking about how everyone was doing coke and doing all this crazy shit during that era. Like you're not getting that level of craziness. But it is a very interesting, like kind of deep dive. And if you like that kind of documentary stuff, you'll love this game. So it's a high recommend if you are at all a lover or nostalgic enough for the older Mortal Kombat, as far as 1, 2, and 3 concerned. But yeah, that one's been great.
Nice.
But other than that,
cool.
I think I got any new
All
shows.
right.
Nothing. Dispatch is my new show. And that's pretty much my new show now. It's what I'm waiting for weekly, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, we don't have too much. We don't have to dive too much into this. We had a quick little topic we were going to discuss really fast at the end of our weeks here, which was just, I know, Preston, you kind of led into this, which was with the updates and the pricing stuff to Xbox and Game Pass and so on.
And I don't know if you want to do this as like a side quest, like end of the week thing, or if you want to do this as part of this. But yeah, I essentially wanted to do a console check-in. So we haven't done a console check-in for a while. We usually do them every year or so, just to kind of say, hey, how you feel about, we all had a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series, whatever. We all kind of checked in, like, hey, I like this, like that about that. And, like, I'm kind of leaning more of an Xbox person, I'm leaning more of a PlayStation person. But with everything that has happened, there's a lot of stuff as far as news-wise about Xbox. We got the trailer for Halo Campaign Evolved coming to PS5. We got, GameStop out there stating that the console wars are over and that PlayStation has won. And you even got Phil Spencer going out there, but like, I'm not trying to. There's a little quote I found earlier today. This is from Kotaku. I think one of their podcasts or whatever had an interview with Phil Spencer. And his exact quotes are, I would love to make all the money for all the games that we ship, right? Like, obviously, we make more on our own platforms. It's one of the reasons that investing in our own platform is important. But there are people whether it's their libraries on PlayStation or Nintendo, whether it's they like the controller better, they just like the games that are there. I'm not trying to move them all over to Xbox anymore. And with the talk that we've had with Sarah Bond being like it's going to be this next console is going to be a premium console, which they're telling you that they're not stopping consoles, but is it really a console if it's just a PC with an Xbox Marketplace game store? Because they're saying it's going to have full integration of Windows. It's going to be optimized for whatever box they have. So this is, to me, it's just a Steam box. And if you want to, you can do Xbox Market stuff on there.
Well, I like that. So we will talk about that. If that sounds interesting to you, then check in with us later this week as we will dive into that. I'm excited to talk about that because I've had very strong feelings.
I want our opinions on how we feel about our consoles in 2025.
Yeah. So check in with us later this week. Again, we will be back. Preston is still doing his Star Wars Sundays.
Yes.
We will be back.
Forgot about that
soon.
I did start up Jedi Fallen Order again. So that's a game I also played.
You did.
It's great. My audio's fucked on it, so I apologize for everyone who's watching part 1. You don't have to hear a fan, but it doesn't sound as good as it should. So get ready for part 2. It's going to be a lot better. But yeah.
Christian, just so you know, Preston was talking shit on your audio only for him to mess up his own audio. No. So you have that to look forward to. But check in with us later this week, everybody, as we will have another episode for you. And with that, Preston, you know what to do.
Hit it. Thank you for listening to another episode of The Testing Room. To catch up on past episodes or to check out the newest ones when they drop, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. If watching is more your thing, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@thetestingroom, or watch us live on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. To leave comments or ask questions, you can follow us on Instagram @testingroompod, leave a comment on YouTube, or send them in to testingroompod@gmail.com. See you next time.